Hello and welcome to Shapeships. My name's Judd, I'm the creator of the game and I'm really excited to share it with you. Shapeships is a completely free drawing battle game. It's best with 2 players. There are also free-for-all and team modes for 3, 4 or more players, and you can also play it solo. Turns happen simultaneously, so no waiting for your turn, and games take around 20 to 40 minutes. How to play. So, like our previous game, Duel 52, you should already have everything you need to play Shapeships once you have the rules, namely a 6-sided dice and pens and paper. A whiteboard is even better. You can also play online or in Figma, which is a design program. Players start with 25 health each with a maximum of 35, and you'll update this throughout the game. When it reaches 0, you're out. Simultaneous turns. So at the start of the game, the start of each turn, we roll our 6-sided dice and each player can draw that many lines. So if we roll a 3, you can draw 3 lines. Lines make shapeships. So here's some examples from the human fleet. Here's a 2-cost ship, a 3-cost ship, and a 4-cost ship. We'll learn what those do shortly. You can draw ships over multiple turns. So here we can see the players have rolled a 3, then a 1, then a 2 to make this 6-cost ship, which we'll learn about later. So important to note, all players use the same dice roll. So the game is very balanced, but there's still some randomness. Of course, each ship has a different power. So here's our 2-cost human ship. This is a defender, and it heals you 1 each turn. Here's our 3-cost human ship called a fighter. It deals 1 damage each turn to your opponent or opponents. So over the course of the game, you'll build up these ships and your healing and damage will increase. There are also utility type ships and ships that help your economy. You can see another 6-cost ship here called an orbital. If you have an orbital, each turn you get to draw an extra line. So if we roll a 2 on the dice, you can draw 3 lines. And you can have multiple orbitals as well. So those are some examples of basic ships from the humans. Basic ships can be combined into more powerful upgraded ships. We can see an example here that has a fighter, 2 defenders, and 3 what we call joining lines for a total cost of 10. This is called a tactical cruiser. The upgraded ships have more complex, interesting powers. For example, the tactical cruiser deals X damage each turn, where X is how many types of ship you have. So if we had some defenders, some fighters, an orbital, and a tactical cruiser, the tactical cruiser would be dealing 4 damage per turn. We have 4 types of ship. Once the fighters and the defenders are part of this ship, they no longer have their previous powers. Here's another example of an upgraded ship from the humans. This has a defender, 2 fighters, and orbital, and 6 joining lines for a total cost of 20. So it's a battle cruiser, pretty expensive but pretty powerful. Each turn you can draw 2 extra lines, so equivalent of 2 orbitals. It also deals 2 damage and heals 3 each turn. So it's expensive, greater than the sum of its parts. and quite powerful. So the flow of the game is, we roll our dice each turn, players draw, use their ship's powers, most of which happen automatically, and we update our health each turn. If someone's health reaches 0, that player loses the game, and the other player wins. The game is deeply strategic. You can see here the human species. We have 7 basic ships and 8 upgraded ships, all of which have different powers that combine in interesting ways. It's a bit like chess plus Starcraft. I'm still figuring it out myself. But yeah, we get a lot of very interesting games. We've just been looking at the human species. There are 4 different species. Everyone should start with human and learn how to play before you explore the other species. The humans have geometric ships, and they focus on continuously growing their fleet, expanding their healing and damage and economy exponentially. Xenite has letter-based ships, so here's our X Xenite ship. They play similarly to humans. They're a bit more defensive and they scale quicker in the late game. Centaur have circular ships. They focus more on burst damage and healing, and they have a lot of dice interactions in their ships. Our 4th species is ancient. They use ancient glyphs and symbols, and they have a different resource called energy, and they, instead of using upgraded ships, have solar powers. So that's probably for more advanced players once you're used to the game. And so, look, the best way to learn is to just jump in and play a game. So let's play a human versus human game.